Welcome back, freedom-loving Texans. I'm Kelly from Homemade Texas, and today we're diving into the exciting changes in the Texas Cottage Food Law that will go into effect September 1st, 2025. SB 541 has been signed into law, and it gives home chefs in Texas more freedom to share their culinary creations and gives Texas consumers more access to local, fresh, healthy meal choices. From the time of the first Texas Cottage Food Law in 2011 up until September 1st, 2025, the foods you were allowed to sell were listed in the Cottage Food Law, a list of specific foods you were allowed to sell. Now that model has been flipped on its head. Now there's an exclusion list. You can sell any food directly to the consumer under the Cottage Food Law except meat products, poultry or poultry products. Now this doesn't mean eggs, it means the carcass of a chicken. Seafood, including seafood products, fish products, shellfish and shellfish products. Ice or ice products, including shaved ice cream, frozen custard, popsicles and gelato. Low acid canned goods. Products containing CBD or THC, or raw milk and raw milk products. Now, these exclusions do not affect current meat processing regulations or exemptions, raw milk rules, or THC laws. It simply says that these things are off limits being sold as cottage foods under the Cottage Food Law. This new exclusion list is big news for Texas cottage food producers. Can you imagine the foods that are not excluded? Cheesecakes, pumpkin pie, bread pudding, deviled eggs, cookie dough, cold salads, hot side dishes, take and bake dishes, cut fruits and vegetables, cheese and fruit boards, vegetarian pizza, pasta, and casseroles. Remember, meat is federally regulated and can't be included in any state's cottage food law. If you're planning on selling foods that require refrigeration after September 1st, 2025, there are just a few extra steps you need to take. 1. You need to register with DSHS. This process isn't currently available. They need to develop it over the summer. 2. Your food label must include the date the food was produced. 3. Your food label, invoice, or receipt must contain the statement, "Safe handling instructions. To prevent illness from bacteria, keep this food refrigerated or frozen until the food is prepared for consumption." And 4 is just common sense. You must store and deliver the food at an air temperature necessary to prevent the growth of bacteria that may cause human illness. SB 541 also opens up the wholesale market to cottage food producers. As of September 1st, 2025, food may be sold through a cottage food vendor directly to consumers at farmers markets, a farm stand, food service establishment, which is a restaurant, or any retail store. The business selling the food must register with DSHS as a cottage food vendor. Again, DSHS still needs to develop this process. It's not ready yet. Foods sold wholesale through a cottage food vendor must be shelf stable. In other words, nothing that requires refrigeration for safety. This leaves the door open though for baked goods, candy, dry mixes, cereal, jams, jellies, hot sauce, pickled okra, canned salsa, or other acidified canned goods, and more to be sold without the need for you to be personally present. A game changer for cottage foods. If you're selling wholesale through a cottage food vendor, your label must include the date the food was produced. The cottage food vendor must display in a prominent place near the location where the food is offered for sale a sign with the following disclosure. This product was produced in a private residence that is not subject to governmental licensing or inspection. Whether you're a foodie looking for handmade delights or a home chef ready to share your creations, the new Texas Cottage Food Law is something to celebrate. So roll up your sleeves and let your culinary creativity shine. Please hit the like button and ring the bell to subscribe when new videos are published.